Welcome to the Slightly Below Average podcast with Gavin Noah here.
I'm Noah. You didn't know.
This is the first ever podcast I've ever done, so it might be a little fucking weird or anything.
I've never done a podcast in my life ever. I've made YouTube videos. I haven't really done like one where I just talk. I've done a couple actually, but they're really fucking awkward. They're not very good. I still have them up, but goddamn, I feel like I should get rid of them.
Right. I feel that with all of my YouTube videos.
I've binged a bunch of yours. Yours are like, I don't even think even a minute long.
I have 2 YouTube accounts, and they both have cringy shit on them, but it's okay. We vibing out here, just trying to blow up on the YouTube.
I've got one that I made that's still up. I'm not gonna say what it is because I'm just leaving that for if somebody finds it. I'll give one hint on the name. I was really into Chris Angel, so it has something to do with Chris Angel. And that's all I'm gonna leave it with. So if somebody finds it,
Chris Angel.
It's not like titled Chris Angel, but it has something to do with Chris Angel. And no, I didn't do any magic shit either.
I love Chris Angel 1, 2, 3.
It doesn't have his name, but it has something that's like prominent in his show. But it's just stupid kid shit. Like there's me and my cousin, on his parents' bed, we had like Mortal Kombat music playing, and we just like fought for like I think like 5 minutes or some shit. It might have been longer. He kicked the fuck out of my leg.
You just think to yourself in that moment, yeah, I'm gonna upload this to YouTube. I'm not gonna regret this.
I was trying to get into the account too. I can't for the life of me. I think it's linked to an email that I don't even use anymore. So that thing's long gone. I can't shut that down if I wanted to.
That's the same with like my old cringy Facebook, dude. Like, I either got drunk and changed the Yahoo account password, or I got hacked and just the password is different. So like I can't get into it. And they're like, Yahoo's like, yeah, you have to pay to like recover this.
You have to pay to recover your own. What?
Yeah, and I'm like, yeah, no. I guess that's just. I just every month or two keep reporting that account a bunch of times. That Facebook account. Hopefully, it'll get taken down.
Just a different report every single time. Oh, I should grab this.
It's got like
I left that there.
emo phase Gavin pictures on it that I don't want on the internet anymore.
I thought about going through because you saw my Instagram already. I barely post on it.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to delete that selfie with Enderman. Bad publicity.
Well, now that you said it, I feel like people are gonna want to look at it, so I'll keep it up for like a week maybe. There's so many old pictures on there. I got rid of a few on there, and then there's a few more that I left on. But I think I'm gonna go through and get rid of some again.
He said, "Oh shit, Gavin found it."
I have a couple friends too that were in a group chat and just for like a good month they would just spam that picture for no reason. I'm like, come on guys, don't do this to me. I left that up for people to see, not to torment me. I can't.
Again with the, yeah, I'll post this.
Yeah.
I won't regret it later.
I don't even know why I was like, yeah, this is a good selfie to put on Instagram.
It's alright, I got a shitload of cringy ones on mine.
Mine's not too terrible, I think, for the most part. It's a good thing I don't use Instagram a whole lot. I took like one photo from New Year's, so I was like, okay, I'll post this one.
Yeah, I'd be posting on my Instagram probably way too much.
I have some ground rules for this podcast. So, the audio track was just lagging behind a little bit. Let's make sure it's still going. So, ground rules. We're cool with people who aren't stupid.
Yeah.
But also, whoever decided to make fucking metal slides at a park, fuck you. Fuck you. You're not welcome here at all. Why is that a good idea?
Anti-metal slide gang. I hate that. Or the ones, I remember at select parks, there would be ones that weren't just metal, but they were like the roller things.
What were the point of those? How does those work? I don't think I've been to a park with those, but every time I see them on the internet, I'm like, how does that slide?
Yeah. You just roll down it. I remember I did it one time when I was a kid, and I pinched my leg really bad and burnt myself because it was metal. I'm putting it dead on that. That's
the worst combination. Rollers and metal?
Yeah.
You're just asking for kids to get hurt. I feel like they made those so kids get hurt on them or like burn their arms when it's really hot.
Why do public parks gotta be like that though? Like genuinely, sip take.
Of course, we both take a drink at the same exact time.
Sip take. Whoever created metal.
Fuck them, dude. Where I grew up at, there I think was one, and it was like the most fun slide because I think it was, until they built new stuff, it was one of the biggest ones there. But goddamn, when it was hot, your legs were toast. For real. I kind of want to go out to one and just try and see if I can cook some eggs on one of those slides because I know I could.
Yeah, I don't even know what the deal with like public parks are, dude. When I was a kid, nobody even really used it. When I was a kid, and like I remember the small town I grew up in, that's where everybody would congregate to fight.
What?
So yeah,
public park.
Yeah, the one public park in the middle of the town, right? Because the town's built on a highway, and there's just a shitty park here, and it's like, oh, at school, I have a problem with you. I'm gonna meet you at the park and beat your ass. It's like, come on, dude.
Out of all places, to the public park. Was it like, did a lot of people go there, or was it just empty most of the time?
It was empty most of the time, but we had this, I just completely lost my train of thought. We had this like festival during the summer, and then like it was because there was a stretch of like back road, and then like there was the park, and that's where all the booths and stuff would be set up. So then on the first night it was like teen night or some bullshit, and that all the teenagers and stuff would go to that park and
just beat each other's ass.
I've been a product of a couple of those fights. We won't talk about that.
You at least need your participation award in that one.
Yeah.
I think I've only been in like 2 fights. I don't like fighting at all. Not my thing. It was in like, I think middle school, one of them, this dude just picked on me a lot, and I was switching out my shoes, because of course if you skateboard, you gotta have 2 separate sets of shoes or you're not gonna have shoes.
Yeah.
So I was switching out to my skate shoes. The dude comes over and just like throws my shoe down the hall, and that was like the final straw.
Yeah.
So like I find him outside, and I didn't really think about this a whole lot, just because I was really pissed at this guy, because he just kept fucking with me. And so I go out, I'm like, dude, where's my shoe? And of course he's like, I don't know where it's at. I'm like, bro, I saw you.
I saw you throw my shoe.
Down, and then he wasn't like, he was still just giving me shit. And so I pushed him, and he pushed me back, and I pushed him. And I think it only lasted like 5 seconds, I think.
Right.
He punched me first, and then I hit him back, and then I almost tripped, because like going, I'm going to describe this with my hands a little bit, so sorry audio listeners, but it's like a little small path, and then there's like a little curb up to the doors. You know the front of that middle school, but we're not going to say what it is. I'm not trying to dox myself. But like I tripped up on that, and I thought I was going to fall. I'm like, I'm fucking dead. This is where I die. And so I trip up and like go my back towards the door, and then teacher broke it up within like 15 seconds. But the main thing that like baffles me is, if 2 kids just get into a fight the day before, why do you put them in the same ISS the next day?
Yeah.
That sounds like a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, literally.
But the dude actually apologized and tossed me some Starburst, and then we just like fucked around with kids in the hallway. They moved us like to 3 different rooms because we kept messing with people.
Yeah.
So I guess it worked out.
Yeah, there was this dude that I knew forever at that school in Wisconsin where I grew up, and we never really liked each other, and he kept pushing my books off my desk and just pissing me off. So I just kind of got up after the 4th time and grabbed him by the back of the head and smacked his face in the desk.
Jesus Christ.
It chipped his tooth, dude. He looked like Jim Carrey in Dumb and Dumber. And that all happened, and then we became like best friends after that.
Now I know if I want to make friends with anybody, just bash their head on a desk.
The Scrimmy Bingus special.
This signature move. Initiation of being friends. I shouldn't say that because that hasn't happened to me yet, so don't get any ideas. In the middle of the podcast, just shove my face on the table.
Sorry, audio listener.
It's going to get real loud for a second. Bonk.
Shit's amazing. But, yeah, played VR for like the first time ever, just like 20 minutes ago. That was pretty fun.
Shit's a good time.
Yeah.
Got him playing The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners.
Yeah.
I've been playing the fuck out of that game, so I'm trying to get everybody I know to try it if they can play it.
Yeah, and that's the first time I ever played VR, so I just kind of lost myself in all reality. So that was pretty fun when I got off of it, and I just kind of sat on the couch like,
is this real life? My roommate was making jokes one night when I was playing. I was playing on New Year's, and he was like, I'm just going to wake up one morning, and Noah's going to have the VR headset over my bed, and he's going to have an actual screwdriver. Because in the game, some of the weapons you can get for melee weapons are fucking screwdrivers. Bash them in zombies' heads.
You're gonna turn.
Just absolutely lose it. Another one that's fun is the Iron Man VR game. I'll have to have you play that one.
I was gonna say, yeah. I'm gonna be honest. I got so lost in VR that I forgot we were gonna do this, and I was about to be like, "Yo, throw me on Iron Man."
I'll have you do that next. That one's a lot of fun. Because, like, there's no, like, walking around since you're in the Iron Man. Who wants to walk around in Iron Man? You fly everywhere.
I'm gonna walk to the gas station in Iron Man armor.
You can customize it. I don't have any customizations, I don't think. But
like, can you just pick different colors and
stuff?
stuff?
They've got different color schemes you can pick from, and you have to do, like, different... I don't even remember what they are, but different objectives to unlock them. And then, like, the different, like, blasters he has on him, you can change that. You can change, like, the rockets that he has on his arm.
That's cool.
It's super cool. I'm surprised nobody fell over playing that game yet that I've seen, because that one, like, you just shoot yourself into the sky and then you could just free fall and hit the ground.
I've been seeing everywhere that somebody, like, people have been playing, like, the Star Wars one, where they're just, you got lightsabers.
Oh, I don't remember what the, I'm gonna have to look it up now, because I think I remember what game that is. I know it's on PC. Let me see if I can find it really fast.
That's the one I want to play, because I'm a huge Star Wars nerd. Like, I don't know if you've been watching The Mandalorian, but holy shit.
I am, like, super behind, and I've not seen a single episode, I don't think. I've heard very good things, and it looks really cool. I've heard a lot about it, but I've just been really lazy. I just don't have Disney Plus right now.
I do. I was going to say, like, next time we hang out, I might just log in and we binge watch it.
Dude, I definitely will. I need to start watching that.
They're literally doing what Star Wars has needed to be done. Mm-hmm. You know, like, the new movies are shitty. I hate the new movies.
That's what I hear.
Along with, like, a bunch of people, I'm sure. But The Mandalorian, and that's because, you know, 2 mega fans are making it.
Yeah. That game, I just found it too. It's called Blade and Sorcery. And that has a bunch of different mods and shit. So I'm pretty sure that's the one you're talking about, because I've seen a lot of Star Wars mods for that one where people have lightsabers instead. Yeah. I saw one where the dude, he, like, goes to chop down and then, like, pulls the, like, retracts the saber, and then when he goes under the dude, pops it out and stabs him. Like, that looks so dope.
All I'm going to say is, if I had an exponential amount of money, like I was rich, I'd be buying the stupidest shit. I'd have lightsabers. I already have a plan to call my Nerd Helmet collection, where I'm going to have at least the classic Red Ranger helmet, and then I'm going to have Mandalorian helmet, Boba Fett, Jango Fett.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Power Rangers was my shit growing up.
Right.
I think the one that I watched the most, I did watch the movies. I watched that a lot. And then I think it was... I get them confused a lot, but I think it might have been Lightspeed Rescue. I think that was the one where, like, eventually the Blue Ranger was the kid, if I remember right. I could have the series wrong, but I remember there was a kid Blue Ranger for a while. And I would watch it.
I don't think I've even watched that one.
If I remember right, I think that was it. I'm going to also look it up.
I always just really watch I just watch the shit out of the classic. Same with, like, how I prefer, you know, over any other piece of Transformers media, it'll always be the original cartoon.
Yeah. Let me see. If I just Google Kid Blue Ranger, maybe it'll pop up. Which one was this? Oh, I think I found out which one it was. No, I get them
While
confused.
you're looking
it looks
that up,
like
I'm going to get some more water.
Go for it. So it looks like it was Power Rangers Turbo is the one. I don't know why I get it.
Oh,
I think
yeah,
because
I remember.
Lightspeed Rescue had the best theme song, I think.
Yeah, I remember Power Rangers Turbo. I was checking the cameras.
Oh, making sure that's a good idea. But yeah, I get those confused because Lightspeed Rescue had the best theme song. But when I was watching Turbo, the last episode, I only remember the last episode I saw because I was really upset because it left it on a cliffhanger. Because it was like first grade when I watched it every morning before school. And the Blue Ranger somehow got, I don't know why there was a rocket ship for any reason. I can't remember. Ranger was for some reason in the rocket ship and it was launching to space, so there's just a kid getting blasted into space. So the next morning I go down to watch it and my mom was like, they switched the channel at Arizona and we don't have that channel, and I was devastated. Like, I'm never gonna know what happened to this stupid
Where'd he
kid.
go? Did he come back? Oh, shit, if I know.
Did the rocket even make it to space? Did it blow up on the way? That'd be some shit if that's how that went.
Just boom, this kid's dead. It's like, oh, okay, I guess that happened.
Like, all right, well, we gotta recruit a new Blue Ranger now. Put an ad on Craigslist for it.
Power Rangers was such a weird show.
It really was, and they used all the fights because it was originally like a show in Japan, and they would reuse the fight scenes from Japan if I remember right, for some of the series.
Yeah, and you could tell, like
all
whenever they were in their suits, it was a completely different actor.
Yeah, that was one of the giveaways for it because I think in like the original ones, the Yellow Ranger was a dude, I think, and in the American version it was a girl.
Mm-hmm.
So you could definitely tell.
Yeah.
And like the camera quality was always different. And
Yeah.
they always had like the dramatic gestures when they were fighting or talking.
Yeah.
But it was definitely cooler. I'm sure if like they would have redone the fighting scenes for the show here, I'm pretty sure it would have been way more lame. Because the fighting scenes were always the best part.
Well, it was like, you could also tell that show never really had a good budget. So, like, it helped budget-wise to just reuse old footage.
Oh, yeah. Voice crack. That was a voice crack, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It sounded goofy to me.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's what I like about shows now. It's still like, especially with Amanda. I haven't seen it, of course, but obviously they have a crazy budget.
Mm-hmm. Oh, insane budget.
That makes me miss the Marvel shows on Netflix. Daredevil. Shame on you for canceling those fucking shows.
The only one I really ever got into was The Punisher, and
That
I am
was amazing.
beyond pissed that they canceled. You hear that, Netflix? You better bring that shit back.
We're gonna start a change.org petition. I'm pretty sure there's a million of those, but we'll start another one.
Oh man, especially like there is a million of them, especially with that Johnny Depp Amber Heard shit.
Oh yeah.
Like that's a crazy situation.
I still love the fact that throughout text he called her Amber Turd. I think that's the best thing to come out of that.
Yeah.
I'm surprised she hasn't gotten dropped from Aquaman.
Yeah, it's a big deal. Like I've been following it for a little bit. I mean, and there's so many. She thought at least. I don't know if she still does. That everybody on the internet that was bashing her, you know what I mean? Like that's like, hey, this is bullshit. She thought Johnny Depp was paying us.
Really?
Yeah. Where's my check,
Where's
Johnny?
my check, Johnny? Slide it over, Jesus.
I don't even want a check from Johnny Depp, to be honest with you. I just want to be his friend.
Just send me a signed photo and we'll call it even. I know you're listening, Johnny.
I love you, Johnny. You know, another actor I really like is Keanu Reeves, actually.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And it's not just because he was in Cyberpunk. Like, I honestly bought Cyberpunk because he was in it. But he's always been, like, a really humble guy, and that's what I liked about him. Like, he still takes public transport and shit. And he's just like, yeah, I'm not living in my wealth, you know what I mean? Like, I'm wealthy, but I'm doing all this stuff because I want to.
Because didn't my coworker told me this, I didn't really fact check it or anything, but he was talking about, because he followed a lot with Cyberpunk, but he was saying that he went back to the studio and asked to be put into it more because he thought it was really cool. Mm-hmm. I watched some of the training videos he was doing for like John Wick when he was doing like those combat training shit, and shooting those targets. That was just super fucking cool.
Yeah, that's what I like about the John Wick movies too, is because like they're mostly accurate with the gunplay. Like I say mostly because I don't know what I'm talking about, so it could be 100% accurate. I don't even know.
It could be 5% accurate for all I know.
Yeah. Don't take my word on literally anything, okay?
We'll fact check some things on this podcast, but most of it is just going to be take our word for it. But
Don't look it up.
don't look it up. Don't prove us wrong. We'll ban you.
Yeah, you prove me wrong. I'm gonna get all pissy.
I will be very upset. Fucking, I know I saw the first John Wick movie. I don't know if I even saw the second. I saw the third in theaters, but it was a really bad time to do it. I was working at a Quick Lube, and I think it was me and my buddy went. I think it was after work too, and we both were like falling asleep towards like the end of it. And not because it wasn't interesting. It was a fucking great movie, but I was just so fucking tired.
Yeah.
My favorite scene, I think, though, is I guess if you haven't seen it, this is your spoiler warning. Skip like, I don't know, 30 seconds. I don't know what to tell you. But he uses the horse to kill the dude. Like, has him kick him in the face. That was fucking great.
You know, it was always an awesome movie kill was in, was it The Dark Knight Rises or whatever? The one with Joker in it?
Joker, that was...
Where he fucking slams dude's head onto a pencil?
Yeah. He makes the pencil disappear.
Yeah.
That was The Dark Knight. The Dark Knight Rises was the one with Bane.
Oh, yeah. I hated that one. Why are you gonna make Bane some white dude?
He was pretty
talks like this. He was this big buff Mexican dude. Like his whole character was that he was a lucha libre.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. It was what Tom Hardy played him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he did a good job for what he was given, but
he did a great job in that Mad
different.
Max movie.
I never saw. I'm really bad at watching shit. I need to watch that. I think that's what I'll do. This weekend, what day is it? It's Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
I think I might do that this weekend.
Yeah, I'm such a big Mad Max fan that I have like a whole box set of all the movies.
Did you play the game?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
I played and beat the game like 5 times.
Okay, well then I was gonna ask if that was good, but obviously it's good if you played it 5 times. I might cop that. Yeah. Actually, I think my roommate has that. I might try and steal that from him and play some of that. I've got too many games I'm playing.
It plays, and I don't know if you played any of the Arkham games, but like fighting, it plays just like it.
Oh hell yeah!
It's pretty cool.
I replayed those because at the beginning of last year, it was pre-quarantine, but I had my own mini quarantine because I had my appendix removed. So I was at home for like a week and a half. So I was like, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna replay the Arkham games on my laptop." My laptop's nothing special. It has like a 940MX and an i5, so it plays some games. But Epic gave out all of them but Origins for free, so I have them all. So I replayed. I didn't do all of the Riddler trophies because fuck that. That's too much.
I never did it in any of them. I've never even really beat Origins. I got to like the beginning part where you fight Deathstroke, and that was it. I stopped playing.
I'm really upset. When I replayed Asylum, that was fun. City was really good. I was gonna replay Night on my computer, but that's when it hit next gen and all that.
I didn't even play Night. I forgot about that one.
I played, I think, through like most of the story. I got to like a little bit past the twist to where you find out who Arkham Knight is, but I didn't finish it because every time Arkham Knight's a little bit tougher to get back into, just because the mechanics. I mean, the fighting's all the same. But I also am playing on the harder difficulty. But trying to like maneuver to like stealth and just the flow of everything, I'm ass at it now.
Yeah, see, whenever like a new game comes out, that especially if I'm really into it, I always start off on the easiest so I can focus on the story. And then if it has enough replay value for me, then I'll go to a harder difficulty.
My problem is I always like to send it and just go to the harder difficulties, and then I get pissed off if the game's too hard. Like The Witcher, I started playing The Witcher 3 for the first time. And I've played it like back and forth, and I didn't know I put it on the hardest difficulty. I thought I put it on like the second hardest, and I completely forgot that game, like, it's not like most RPGs where you can do most of the stuff whenever you feel like it. Like I had to revert to a previous save because I was going to fight the Griffin, and she's just slapping the fuck out of me. So I had to go back to a previous save to go find some other shit. But then I forgot to lower my difficulty again. And those,
you're like, why is this so hard?
Yeah, I was tracking some dude because that blacksmith dude, like somebody burned down his shit. Yeah. So I was trying to track the guy for him, and I was going past the water stuff. And when I got out, these like 3 enemies pop out and they beat the shit out of me.
Yeah. See, ever since I've started playing games like that, I don't remember the last time I raged at a video game. Honestly, like, if I'm starting to get mad at a video game, I'll just turn it off for like a couple hours, and then I'll come back to it when I feel like it.
I did beat Days Gone on the survival difficulty. That was actually pretty fun because my gripe with most zombie games, Dying Light does this too, which I played most of it on Xbox. I got it for PlayStation to play with a couple of my buddies, and one backed out, doesn't want to play it anymore. The other one, I don't know if I can get him on it, but I might. I'm either just gonna replay it because I remember where I was at, but I want to like replay the story so I can remember what was actually going on. But when you do like the harder difficulty for that game, I like it like to be realistic, like headshots on zombies or whatever, or at least like have it do more damage. If you do like the hardest difficulty, everybody's just a fucking tank, and I hate when games do that.
Yeah.
Days Gone didn't do that, which was dope.
Days Gone was hard on easy mode.
I played it on survival, and on survival you can't fast travel, so you have to use the bike everywhere, which I'm cool with because I like games like
That's
DayZ.
immersive as hell.
Mm-hmm. Taking the bike everywhere was a lot of fun, and I liked how when you rolled up to places, you actually had to like park a little bit ways away because if you just rolled up on the bike, they're all gonna hear your ass.
Yeah.
And how zombies, like when you like get into a gunfight with somebody. Sip take.
What I like about some zombie games, not all of them do, is they use, you know, like I call it like the Walking Dead effect, where they, you know, get attracted by noise.
Yeah.
So
that's
there's
what I was
some
gonna say.
times where you can, you know, you'll see a bunch of zombies over in this spot, and then a bunch of enemies you got to take out at this spot. So, and I do it in the Last of Us games too. And you know, you make some noise over by the enemies, so the zombies will come and they'll fight and shit.
I loved using hordes against people. That was so much fun.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And the fact too that you could like get into a fight with them, and then you could be lingering around picking them loot, and then you'll hear zombies coming towards you because they heard all the gunshots.
What I really like doing it in Days Gone because of the clickers, you know, because they get attracted by noise, and you know.
Wait, you mean Last of Us?
Oh yeah, did I say Days Gone?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
It confused me for a second when he said
Yeah,
clickers. I'm like, did I miss an enemy
in The
type?
Last of Us, I do it all the time when I run in, you know, into enemies and they don't see me or whatever, they're looking for me, and there's clickers, so I'll throw a bottle over by the enemies and just watch the clickers destroy them. And then if you're quiet enough, you could just sneak right by the clickers. You don't even have to fight them.
When I first played the first Last of Us, I didn't get the memo that when you fight clickers, you can't really use melee. If you have like a shiv, you can stab them, but you can't just use a regular melee weapon.
Yeah.
And so I saw one, I'm like, all right, come on, bitch. And I like whacked him, and it didn't do anything, and I died. And then it showed me the tip. It's like, you can't use melee weapons against these guys.
It's same with guns too. And they kind of fixed that in Last of Us Part 2. If you shoot them in the face, it'll break that layer of fungus off, and then you could shoot them in the face again and they'll die. But I still like playing like the first one.
The first one was really good. I liked the second one. The story did have some kind of just not exactly like plot holes, but their whole like I watched Nikki Jakey's. Did you watch his video on it at all? I would recommend. It's really long, but he makes a lot of good points on it. But in part of it, he talks about how, of course, it's like a revenge is bad story kind of thing, but you're killing like everybody you see throughout the whole thing, and they don't make you feel bad about it besides like the few main characters that you kill. But
yeah, I'm still playing through that. I am just flying through that game though. I love it so much. What I do with like video games I like and stuff, I don't ever watch anything like anybody reviewing it because I can't take criticism worth shit. So literally I'll see a video, you know, and somebody says something like not even that bad about a video game, and be like, well, fuck this guy. I like the game. The game is so good. I love it. So I just kind of stray away from all that.
You just get on your computer, start writing him like an email, like, fuck you, your opinion sucks.
Nikki Jakey, asshole confirmed. Wait until Reddit hears about this.
He doesn't exactly, like, he doesn't trash on the game the whole time, but it definitely was a good video. I also just like his video styles.
My main goal is to have the podcast blow up so we can have Gus and Eddie on here.
That would be fucking sick. That was the first podcast I really started. Well, I listened to the H3 podcast when I first started because I got into podcasts after I had my surgery because I was at home for like almost 2 weeks before even quarantine hit. So I was like, I need something to do. So I was going through some of his interviews, and then I saw the one with Gus and Eddie on there, and I thought they were just fucking hilarious. And so after that, I just started binging through all of theirs.
So I like I have really bad ADHD, so like when I clean, I have to have noise in the background, but I can't listen to music because I'll just spend all my time just switching through songs.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when I found like podcasts are good to just listen to people talk in the background. And I watched a couple episodes of the H3 one, not my cup of tea necessarily. And then since I already like Gus Johnson, I saw they had a podcast, and that's the end of that.
Mm-hmm.
Now I listen to every episode when it comes out. I think I'm actually an episode or two behind.
I'm all caught up on it now. Because when I was at home, I would just listen to them. Well, I wouldn't listen to them. I'm not a fucking audio listener. But I would just play it on one screen on my laptop while I was playing through the Arkham games. And then, I just played when I was just at home healing up. That shit sucked, man. I was sore for the longest time.
Sorry, Gus and Eddie. I had to become an audio listener because I listened to you guys at work.
Shame on you.
Yeah. At least I'm not from Ohio.
Yeah.
My stepbrother and my best friend are from Ohio, but
Fuck them, man. Yeah, I binged through all of their shit, and then, of course, like, after I went to work, I wasn't back for all that long. Because I got back, like, the last few, like, not even the last week of February, it's, like, more like the last couple days. Mm-hmm. And then, it was, like, the 17th of March. I remember that because it was 2 days after my birthday. Everything shut down. And I was like, well, just might as well finish the rest of these.
Right. It's like, I don't even know. You look so miserable at your job when you're Snapchatting. It's like, dude, I just imagine that the store that you work at is just constantly dead and nobody goes into it.
I moved locations at least, so it's not that bad. I used to be in one of the mall locations, and that one's super dead now because one of the main stores, like the big name stores, shut down forever ago. And they're just, that mall, it's a dead mall. And then I moved to like a store that's literally like a half a mile away from that one. It's not even that far. And it's also a slow store. Mm. So yeah, there's not a whole lot going on most of the time.
I also have this like weird, I don't know if you call it stigma or anything, but that like everybody that goes into a phone store is an asshole. It's like, I don't think anybody ever wants to go into a phone store. You know what I mean?
Some of the people that you get there too is just, honestly, I had, like one lady I was helping and she had just gotten a smartphone and it was an older lady. And I'm like going through, because of course, like I want to make sure they know how to work their phone. And if it's old people, you need to go the extra mile so they don't get pissed off at it and throw the thing out a fucking window or something. Yeah. And the lady, like, almost started crying, and I'm like, it's not that hard. But, like, I'm also showing you. I've only shown you how to use the home button so far.
It's okay.
It's not that bad, I promise you. I don't know how to deal with shit like that.
Well, it's like, when my grandpa and stuff, he always calls me to come do some shit. Sorry. Tech-wise, at his house. And it's like, I don't know how to explain anything, so I just go ahead and do it. And he's like, wait, show me how to do it. I'm like, Jesus. And then so I have to sit there 5-6 times, explain how to do it. It's like, I'm not bashing on older people, because obviously they didn't grow up with the technology we're growing up with, but it's like...
I don't mind, honestly, when they want me to show them how to do it. Or, like, just do, like, little things. But it's the people who, like, just come in there and they're like, here you go, do it. And I'm like, you don't want to learn how to use this damn thing? You use it every day.
They go, do it. And then when you do it, they go, wait, show me.
That's so many people do. I'm like, if you would just paid attention the first time, man.
It's like, I can't read your mind, dude.
Especially when it comes to, like, transferring people's phone stuff. There's a few phones that, like, so LG's are fucking awful. They have their own transfer app, but that shit takes like over an hour sometimes, hour and a half, maybe 2 hours at the most, depending how much stuff they have. Their app is awful. Samsung, if you're going to a Samsung or Samsung to Samsung, Samsung has their own app. That shit's super easy, and going to iPhone is hella easy.
Oh yeah, iPhone to iPhone is probably one of the easiest.
Because you just like scan the phone, and then it's like, all right, here, press continue. Do you want this? Do you want this? Okay, we're transferring now.
Yeah.
The one thing that sucks is when they dropped iOS 14. I need to stop taking a sip when I'm trying to talk. I'm really bad at that. When they did iOS 14, because we didn't have the 12s yet. The 12s come with iOS 14 on them, but the 11s don't. So if somebody's phone has a higher update than the new phone has to update to at least match that or like go one higher. And it was like almost a 3 gig update, and downloading that shit took forever. So we'd sit there for at least an hour waiting for this damn phone to update for a transfer that's gonna take like 10 minutes at most. It's hell.
Oh, thank you.
Just throw that thing out the window. I've seen some pretty fucked up phones. I've seen people who like brought their phone in and like they closed it in the car door, like it fell and closed, and the thing's just bent and cracked to shit.
Fix this. Fix it now.
We don't even have to repair shit, which is nice.
Imagine working at a phone repair store.
Fuck that, dude.
I've heard horror stories of like repair shops and shit when people bring in like their Xboxes and stuff and like they have roaches in them.
What the fuck? How does that happen?
They don't clean them out and it gets too dusty or whatever.
Bro,
and
I
gross.
should probably clean my
And
shit. I don't think I've ever
what they
cleaned.
said, it's usually with people that smoke in the house.
Oh.
So it's all like musty in there. And another reason why I don't like smoking in the house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It just makes it not only does, because I smoke, but it collects on the walls and stuff, and it just makes your house smell like shit. It makes, like video game systems and fans and stuff all gross. And
Right. I saw a story on Reddit of some dude who was like, don't vape near your PC. I'm like, that sounds like something you shouldn't do anyway. But yeah, he was just saying that like he was cleaning out the fans and shit, and there was just like vape moisture built up. He's like, this is probably gonna fuck up my PC.
Yeah.
Did you ever see the videos of the people blowing vape into their Xbox One to make it look like it was smoking?
Yeah.
And Xbox had to tweet out, they're like, I'm sorry, I don't know why we have to do this, but don't vape into your console.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's not a good idea at all. No, don't do that.
You know what's pissing me off, right, is the scalpers on the new console.
Oh my god, it pisses me off so much.
It's like, first off, I don't make enough money to just drop $600-$700 on a new console, but at the same time, it's like, dude, why are you gonna buy up all the consoles and then sell them at an exponential rate, like price?
They just need to hold off for a little bit, and then Sony just needs to drop a shit ton to where we don't have to worry about stock on it. So they just have to sell them at regular price. Fuck those guys. I had my roommate helped me out with it. He spotted me the extra money to get my Switch because within the last year, I'm sure anybody that was looking for a Switch knows that scalpers had them all the fucking time too.
It was bad when the Switch first came out. That's when I bought mine. I was just lucky to find the one that I bought on Black Friday. And I bought it just to play Breath of the Wild, beat Breath of the Wild, and then I gave it to my brother.
I borrowed my roommate's copy. I don't know if he knows that I still have it, but I still do. I played a little bit of it. I did try to go fight Ganon right off the bat. And it didn't work out, as you could probably assume. Yeah. But I think I got 2 of his health bars, because I think he has like 4 that you have to get through. I think I got through 2 before I got my ass clapped.
Yeah, I think he's got like 3 or 4 different forms.
I did better than I thought.
Did you get the Hylian shield out of the castle? Because you should probably do that before you beat the game, because it's a level 90 defense. And the durability on it, amazing.
I'll probably try and save that for now. I went to because I went to the castle and I looted a couple spots. Honestly, if I had enough of those explosive arrows, if I just stocked up on that, I could probably just use those to kill them, because that's what I used until I ran out of them.
Well, it's like, one expert tip I could give on anybody that's just starting to play the game. Do a bunch of, I forgot how many shrines you got to do, because you have to get like 4 of the orbs to get a heart container. You have to get it up to 13 hearts. You do it right away so you can get the Master Sword, because it's, I think, 30 damage, but when you go and do the Divine Beasts, it buffs it to like 60, and you could just take down the bosses like nothing, dude. You just walk right through there.
Those fucking like robot things.
Yeah.
I almost did it again, grabbing my fucking drink. You need like a spray bottle so you see me reaching for it when I talk. Yeah, just spray me with it. But those like robot things that just like laser you, I fucking hate those things so much.
They're really easy to fight if you know Jesus Christ, if you know how to parry with your shield, correctly. And I don't. So I'm, usually, let's say my mic is one of them. I'm usually sprinting around the thing in circles trying to, like classic Zelda like maneuvers. But no, Breath of the Wild, it blew me out of the waters. I thought it wasn't going to be that good being an open world Zelda game, but it was pretty good. It was really good.
I do like the glider. That shit's a lot of fun to use.
Don't get me wrong, it's no Ocarina of Time.
I played. I don't even know how much of that one I played.
I'm in the market for a Nintendo 64 again, just so I can play that.
Oh yeah.
Play that. Super Mario 64, GoldenEye, Majora's Mask. All.
I wasn't one of the people that played GoldenEye. I played. It was 007 Nightfire for GameCube. That's what I played a lot.
Yeah, GoldenEye was the only 007 game I ever played.
I played that one, and they had one because Nightfire was first person as well. It was mainly just me, my best friend, his brother, and then my brothers, whichever one of them was staying the night there too. We would just chill in his room, and we would do the classic, stay up all fucking night when we're not supposed to. And so we would just verse either each other or we would do it with bots. And then of course when we heard his mom coming up, we had his station, so we would everybody would be in the sleeping spots that we were supposed to be in, conveniently where we could also play the game. And so we would throw a blanket over the console and then turn off the TV and pretend we were sleeping. It worked most of the time. I think we got caught once, but we also didn't turn off the console, so when they left, we just went back to playing.
Yeah. I did that a lot, playing Black Ops Zombies and Black Ops 2 Zombies when I was a kid.
Did you ever play the World at War Zombies?
No, I don't think I have, actually.
Did you ever play
I started on the first Black Ops.
Okay. That one definitely had some of the best maps, easily. I know with I think it was Resurrection, that DLC, they did the remaster for the original maps. In World at War, there's a glitch you could do. I don't remember if you could do it on the other maps, but I know me and my friend did it on Notch Toten most, because the mystery box doesn't move, but you also have no fucking perks.
Right.
So we would, if you, it's easier to do in a corner, but if you can do it anywhere, one player just has to go prone. If you jump on top of them, and right when you jump on top of them, if you stand up, you'll fall right into them. And so you guys are in each other, and the zombies can't kill you. At least sometimes they can. I don't know what determines when they can hit you, but also trying to shoot the zombies is a pain in the ass, because if you're looking at a certain spot, it'll bring up the green reticle so you can't shoot. I
remember the one glitch. I can't remember if it got patched or not in the first Black Ops in Kino der Toten, where if you dolphin dive onto somebody that's laying down, they'll go down.
Oh, yeah. I think that's why they did that, because of the World at War glitch. I think that was their way of patching it. And then people would do that at the beginning of the round all the time.
Or when they... I'm still pissed off when they patched the table glitch on 5. That was the best glitch ever.
I kind of fucked over my brother because my friend wanted to play Zombies Online, but then it was that next update that they had put out, that patch, to patch that glitch. And so he was trying to do it, and I wanted to play, and I kind of went... I went downstairs, and then I updated the game and took over when he was taking a small break. So I apologize for that one. That was kind of fucked up.
Oh, no.
But I did find out later on that you could... I don't know if you can do this on the new consoles at all, but I know PlayStation, you can at least remove all the patches if you wanted to. You could just delete the updates. I don't remember how you did it exactly, but you couldn't play online, of course, because you weren't on the right version, but you could just go through and erase all the patches and then play all the glitches and shit.
Right, see, and since I grew up playing local zombies, just split screen, I prefer that over.
Yeah.
And I've never been like these other people that, grew up playing zombies that care about the Easter eggs and stuff. I just like killing zombies and seeing how high of a round I can go to.
I always tried doing some of the Easter eggs. I like the music ones the best just because they're the easiest to do. Did you ever do the 5 music one?
No.
That one's super fun, just because it has Eminem going in the background.
I've done the one on Buried, though.
Buried? What song played on Buried?
I can't remember. It was some metal song.
That was probably the same band that did 115, I assume.
I think so, yeah.
That one's a banger, forever and always.
Yeah, but I think everybody in the community can agree that fuck transit. I hate transit.
It was a cool idea. I heard, well, it was just from a YouTuber. I didn't even watch the video, but saying that they scrapped some remasters. I don't believe that at all, because nobody knows what they're going to be doing. I will say before I finish that story is the fact that they launched Cold War with one zombie map is pretty disappointing.
It's fun though. The zombies.
It is. Fun. It's a good map, but
I do like the fact that you don't start with a knife, so you can just punch the shit out of the zombies. As Frank Woods, like the hell.
The tier weapons is definitely a good way to go because you can of course upgrade them, but then you can also like upgrade to like another tier to make that weapon improve, so you can use whatever gun you really want to.
Right.
Transit. Yeah, I was gonna say transit was a really cool idea. I just really hated, and of course they did this because they didn't upgrade their engine, so they had to use those weird fucking things that jumped on your head.
The monkeys, where if you got caught, you had to use the knife, the tactic.
If you could run across the map without having to take the bus everywhere, I feel like it would have been a million times better.
Mm-hmm. See, and the reason I hate transit, one of the main reasons I hate transit, is because I was the kid that everybody left behind. So I'd be cornered by a bunch of zombies, and all my cousins and stuff would be like, "Oh, we're going." And I'd be like, "What the hell?" You know, like having to run past the bus, knifing and shit. Like, no, thank you.
At least they don't send a lot of zombies at you when you're running across.
Right.
So that's at least a benefit. But fuck that, those things sucked. I would be the one that if somebody got left behind, depending on how quick I realized somebody got left behind, I would either jump out with them to help them. Or if it was just like too late, be like, all right, well, I'll see you at the next stop then.
I won't lie though, with transit, I'll give anything to have that like adrenaline rush when you first ever played it. When like your buddy's like down and you have to jump off the bus and revive him and get back on the bus. Like, oh shit, we gotta go. Oh, turning the power on in that one sucked ass.
My friend knew how to do it, so I always just made him do it. I never knew how to get all the pieces for it. Because there was one on the way, it was like, I think it was after the first stop, you're going through that weird, like, with all those cars, you have to jump off and grab the part. Mm-hmm. And if you're fast enough, you can get back on the bus. Sometimes he didn't make it, though.
The shield was awesome, though. I think that was the first zombies map that ever had the shield.
Oh, yeah. Because you had to build the shield, too. And couldn't you place it in some spots, too?
Yeah. You could place it down, or you could just carry it and bash them. And then, I can't remember I think it was in that one where the zombies couldn't hurt you when it was on your back.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah. I don't know if you could do it in Cold War Zombies, but I miss being able to, like, build shit. I thought that was always cool, like the turbines and stuff.
Oh, yeah. No, you can't. You have to... Do you have Cold War at all?
Yeah.
You have to, like, go through the anomaly to, like, activate it, but yeah, there's no like actual building stuff. I hope they actually.
I think like the only thing back. I think the only thing you really build in that map is the Pack-a-Punch.
Yeah, and then for that you just have to like grab a piece and then place it down. It's pretty simple.
The thing I don't like about Cold War Zombies is how like Pack-a-Punch and the upgrade system works. I don't know. It's just like the little menu that you go, you know, you can't just throw your gun in the Pack-a-Punch, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, because there's 3 different tiers for it, so you have to select it, and then they have the tab for putting, like, an effect on your gun, which that's kind of cool.
I do like the fact that you can drop your gun when you hit the box, so, like, you can hit the box a couple of times, and if the first time you get a gun you don't like, you can switch it out, and then somebody that wants that gun can come pick it up.
Yeah, that's probably one of the coolest things, too. They you used to be able to. I don't know if you ever knew that, but like they have the reload stations, and of course, the higher you upgrade your weapon, the more it costs. Well, for a little bit before, I don't remember what update it was, but you used to be able to go to the Pack-a-Punch because the prices for switching the weapon effect doesn't change. It's always I think like 2,000. So once your ammo costs like 5,000, we would run down and switch the effect our gun had, and it would give you max ammo from it.
Oh, nice.
They patched it, though, unfortunately.
I do like the fact that when you pick up max ammo, you don't have to reload anymore, but I'm still stuck in that.
I always reload. It's that force of habit.
Yeah, my stepbrother, I remember I was playing, my stepbrother's like, you don't have to reload. I'm like, I'm still going to do it.
Every time. If somebody else grabs it, I don't do it because nobody has to call it out anymore, but if I see it, I'm like, ooh, I'm going to reload now.
Yeah, I still call it out every time, too.
Did you play the campaign at all?
I played a little bit of it. It was really glitchy, like, when I played it, so I never really was into it. But I remember when I did play it, I played, like, through 3/4 of the story, like, and I didn't sleep because I was working. And so I was up for, like, 16 hours.
I made it to the end of it, and then there's like one last decision in the game that you can make, and I didn't like it. And of course, like, you know, any other finished game out there, you can just like I did it a lot with like the Walking Dead Telltale game. Well, not a lot, because I like to just play, and if I made a dumb decision, I made a dumb decision. Except in, I think season 3, I exited out once because some of the like the choices that it gave you were a little misleading. It didn't tell you like exactly like, and sometimes the tones were different, so you'd say something that you thought would be nice, and you were just an asshole about it. But I was making a decision. I ran out of time, so I didn't get to do either of the choices. And I was like, fuck, I'm not doing this.
See, that's why I never really got into the Telltale games, is because, like I said, with my ADHD, I'll get distracted, and then the timer will run out, and I'll be like, well, shit, now I don't want to even play it, because I don't want to go through and restart it, or, you know what I mean? Like,
And so I had left the game because I was like, okay, I didn't get to... I'm trying not to spoil it, but I didn't get to make the choice I wanted to because I ran out of time. So I left the game and opened it back up. Whole fucking file corrupted. Instantly. I was like, are you kidding me?
What pissed me off as a kid about corruption and stuff was when I had my Xbox 360. I think it was one of the first slim ones, the black ones. And no, it was a black one, but it was just a regular. And okay. I was playing... I played a lot of Halo Reach when I was a kid.
Oh, I love that.
And I got max everything, got the pilot helmet, got everything. And then my friend was like, hey, you know, like, there's this website that you can go to get modded saves, you know? And I'm a dumb kid, you know? I'm like, oh, hell yeah, you know what I mean? I'm going to do this, and, you know, I got a bunch of modded saves. I don't even remember what games they were for. It corrupted my whole hard drive.
What?
And I've never been able to get all the way up in Halo Reach ever again because it just hurts me.
Oh, no. Did you... I'm assuming, like everybody else who played a lot of the Forge mode, that was the best thing Halo could have done.
I remember when I was younger, and I would just be bored with my friends, we would be in Forge mode on Forge Island and stuff, and, like, make up our own stories and stuff. So we had some fucking technical difficulties. Apparently my camera shut off. So, you know how it goes there.
We stand technical difficulties. I forgot what we were talking about.
I completely forgot. We went on this giant zombies tangent.
Well, I hope you don't hate us for switching topics then now, but I got one last one. I don't want to jump into it or go too much in depth because I want to keep this a very non-political podcast. But too. There was one thing, of course, if everybody had seen the news from yesterday, it's the 7th today, so it would have been yesterday from when we recorded this. People decided to raid the Capitol, which is pretty fucking insane. But judging by how easily they got into the Capitol, people definitely could have gotten into Area 51. No fucking doubt about it. We need to plan another run, man.
I forgot about that, honestly.
I saw it trending on Twitter again. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. But as it was going on and people were breaking into it, I was just periodically checking Twitter. And sorry, audio listeners, I'm going to put this tweet that I found on screen here. I'll read what the tweet said and I'll describe it. I'm not going to describe exactly what was shown on the computer of this dude, but as people were breaking in, they were going into different offices. And this dude, on Twitter, it's a verified user on Twitter, but I'm going to block out his name just for the sake of that. But if you saw the tweet, you'll know who I'm talking about then. Here, I'll show you. I'll read the tweet and then I'll show you it. But it says, breaking. I am inside Nancy Pelosi's office with thousands of revolutionaries who have stormed the building. To put into perspective how quickly staff evacuated, emails are still on the screen alongside a federal alert warning members of the current revolution. This dude literally broke into the Capitol building and went inside Nancy Pelosi's office and took a picture of him at the desk with an email open on it.
What the fuck?
Who does that? You just admitted to Twitter of a crime. I don't know if anything's gonna happen to this dude. I really hope that, like, of course something happens because that's super hilarious. The dude deleted the tweet, but when I looked at, because somebody retweeted it on my feed, and when I went back to it to look at it like the third time to show the people I was with, when I scrolled to the bottom to look at the replies, it said the user deleted the tweet. So I was like, okay, I need to save this at least. But the dude ended up trying to put on Twitter later on too. He's like, I'm a part of the press. I was there covering. I'm allowed to be there. I'm like,
That's still illegal.
you're not allowed to break into an office and take a picture and have their emails pulled up on there. Like, and if he thought he was really in the clear, he wouldn't have deleted that tweet. But
America
I
is
can't
fucking
believe
stupid,
that. That was
man.
the funniest shit I saw out of that.
Like I said, I'm not gonna get into it either, but like, come on, guys, what are we doing here? All right, like, I got my views, he's got his views. You know what I mean? Like, it's not hard to just not talk about it constantly and fight about it.
I can't believe that. That's probably one of the most wild things I've seen. This is definitely like, I love how people. Of course, it wasn't like there were a lot of memes about people saying that everything's gonna go away on the new year, and obviously everybody knew that it wasn't true. But
I don't know, knowing some people.
yeah, I'm sure some people thought that, but I didn't really think it could get as. I didn't think it could get worse, and here we are. We're still, the bar's still going lower and lower every day.
Well, yeah, with me, I'm a really paranoid person, so I already knew something was about to kick off the new year. But like, still, come on, like, what the hell?
We need to take a few steps back. Can we just stay home and can we just not do reckless shit for 5 minutes? Unless we're gonna try another Area 51 raid, I'm all for that. After I saw how easy they got into that building.
And a quick PSA from Scrimmy Bingus 2 himself: wear your masks, guys. Like, I hate wearing it too, but like, come on, man. Like, it keeps everybody freaking safe. All right, like, that's the end of that.
For your work, I don't know if you guys really require it. Do you require it at work, or is it just like a highly recommended thing?
So, since I work graveyard shift and our store's closed, like, because we close at midnight.
Oh yeah.
So after we close, we have the option, like, we can take it off, but we gotta put it back on when we open back up at 6.
That makes sense.
But most of the time when I'm still working around, you know, if I'm not working by myself, I put my mask on.
Yeah. They made us require it before they even started, because in our state we're a couple of Iowa boys here now, but we required it before. Iowa's never really had a mask mandate. They have like a really pathetic one as of recently, but our stores always required it at least. And even now down the line, like, we've been doing this for in a couple months it'll be a year that we've been doing this shit, and people will still come in without a mask. And there's a big old sign on our door too that says masks are required in this location.
And since I work at a bigger grocery store, with us, it's not tolerated. We have signs everywhere, and even right when you walk into the double doors, there's a box of disposable masks. So it's like, come on now.
Yeah, we don't have masks to give out. Like, our company doesn't like send us any. We had a district manager that would supply masks for us, but we have a new district manager now, and he's not even in our state, which is kind of dumb. But I don't blame him for not supplying us with masks anyway. But we've been doing this for so long, everybody should have a mask at this point. We still get people that.
I was gonna say, I have like 5-6 masks.
I've never even bought a mask, honestly.
That's probably an exaggeration, but
I can say I got 3. My work sent me 3, which they're actually kind of cool. They're cloth ones, of course, and they have a little headband around it, so they have the earpieces and then a headband that connects all the way to the back. So I'll just like have it sit up on my hat when I'm working, so it doesn't hurt my ears or anything. And then I lost some of them, but I have like one that I remember that my mom had got me from her work, and then like a few more that I had gotten from her. So I probably have like 6 or 7 that I had.
I have at least 3 that I got from my job. Well, like, from jobs, 4, because I worked at the Halloween store before this one. And yeah, it's just, and I think it's funny too, because I have the Watch Dogs like neck one, and I bought that before the pandemic even happened, and it showed up like right when we started shutting shit down. I'm like, talk about timing.
I've had my fair share of people have had to kick out of my store for not wearing. Well, immediately all my coworkers are good about it. Somebody walks in without a mask, we're like, hey, do you have a mask? And most of the time, at least now, people are like, oh yeah, let me go grab it. But I don't understand how people just don't wear it.
I personally haven't seen a lot of anti-maskers anymore, but I don't really pay attention to anything like that. I'm pretty anti-political as it is.
Yeah.
But I would like to think that everybody's starting to get so tired of this that they're just doing whatever we need to do.
Yeah. I had one dude. This is like the most that like has stuck around. I've had people, of course, get pissed off or try to argue with me about wearing a mask, and they always end up having to wear one because they're like, "Oh, I can't wear one because of medical reasons," and we're like, "Okay, well, you." My work is like strict about it. Like even if they say they have medical reasons, they can't be in the store then. But I had one dude. I didn't even notice it had been, I think at least 30 minutes because we were bored. Well, not bored. We were busy. Bored is definitely not busy. We were busy, and so I didn't notice until I like had glanced over, and he had like a bright orange mask, but it was mesh.
Oh, okay.
So it was literally useless. So I'm like,
Yeah.
"Hey, is that a mesh mask?" And he's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "I'm sorry, you gotta leave and come back with a real mask." He's like, "I've been here for almost an hour." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm just noticing. Like, I'm sorry, but you need a real mask." And dude was pissed off. He's like, I'll just go to a different carrier. I'm not gonna specify just because I don't want people to know where I work specifically. But he's like, "I'll just go to a different carrier."
it's
I'm
like-
like, okay, well, that carrier, I know somebody that works at the carrier he brought up, and theirs is appointment only and also require masks. So you're not getting anywhere, but
Well, it's like without even the whole mask thing. When people listen, when you tell like a retail worker or somebody that's serving you, doing a service, that you're not gonna come back, we could give a shit less if you do. Like, especially if it's in a bigger company like a grocery store or a cell phone store. We have enough customers to replace you. Like, the corporation is gonna make enough money, they're not gonna give a shit. So like, you're really just not saying anything. And
Yeah.
from working at another grocery store I worked at, I've had so many people tell me I'm never coming back, and then come back literally the next day, if not 2 hours later.
yeah.
It's just funny. I get a kick out of it. So please keep doing that.
The dude said that and then walked out and came back in with an actual mask. It was just an empty threat. And he wasn't that bad of a customer after that. He was kind of cool, but it's just like, we don't make the rules, man. That's what I hate. Like, the dudes who are, like, doing retail shit or, like, working at a grocery store or whatever, we don't make the fucking rules. And I hate... I hate people coming in without a mask, but I hate telling people because it's always like, it could be one person that's going to blow up on you and just ruin your day. Shit's
Right.
It's stressful. So be nice to those people. If you're going to a restaurant, wear your mask till you sit down. Come on.
Especially like, it should just be known that you should just be respectful to people who are making your food. Because I was at least raised with my dad teaching me that, because he's like, you don't know if they spit in your food or not. Like,
And it's safe to assume that most people are definitely not going to do it, but you can get that one asshole that doesn't care about their job. I don't think you want to roll those dice. I certainly
I genuinely think that, if you're being enough of an asshole, that you deserve to get your food spit in.
I worked in a restaurant back in my day. I was only a host, and I did like food running shit. That wasn't too bad, but some of the servers that you can work with are just assholes, and I'm like, if it was like a certain group of servers I was working with that night, I'm like, okay, I'll expo for them. But there was like a couple that if I saw the schedule when I was working on them, I would trade shifts with somebody because people are just assholes. There was one person who was like, if you're gonna run my food, you need to make sure it's correct. Which, I mean, of course I understand. Something gets fucked up, people like to blame the servers for it. And so like there was one that they wanted like an extra piece of like garlic bread or something. So I'm like, hey, I just want to make sure, is it going with this plate here? And they're like, well, that order comes with garlic bread, right? I'm like,
I'm just hosting.
I'm like, you told me you want your shit to be right. You should be fine with me verifying if this is right then. Don't be that asshole.
You're right. Goofy boys and girls,
I hated, they had of course, like, people have those big ass trays. I hated doing that. I hated it so much. I'm a little scrawny boy. So, of course, when I'm, like, trying to go out there with a big... I would just try and ask a server to run the food out with me. I'm like, I'm going to drop this shit, and nobody's going to have a good time.
Yeah, we're all going to have a bad day.
Like, I'm impressed with those servers. Like, they'll, like, literally just hold it, and they'll carry the tray with them. I'd be like, hey, follow me with this tray, because I'm using both hands for this son of a bitch. I'm going to drop this, and everyone's going to hate me.
Yeah, it's amazing how the world we live in, and what genuinely goes through people's heads as cognitive thoughts. Like, come on now.
My favorite part about working at a restaurant is obviously weren't really supposed to. I'm gonna admit to a crime here, but like there were a few managers that were cool. Like I would just make my own pizzas, and I didn't have to pay for them because the managers didn't care. There was one that did, but I could just go up to some of the line cooks and be like, "Hey, like let me get this to go," and then they would just make it and give it to me. And like,
well, it's like if you're running a restaurant, like a high food restaurant, even a small one, and you don't know about this and you're gonna get mad about it, don't get mad, because genuinely, like, almost every, if not every restaurant does that.
Oh yeah, and especially too, I heard them. They were telling me one night they sold, it was like mainly like a pizza kind of place, and I heard them talking about the
extra cheese, please.
It was they were talking about how much it costs them to actually make the pizza, and one of like the actual like thick crust pizzas, like with all the toppings and everything, cost them no more than like $2, right. And they were selling them for like 20. So I'm like, I don't think you're really gonna miss this $2 that I'm taking. And I wouldn't even get the big ones. I would get like a small personal one. So I'm like, you're losing maybe like $1.50, and that's probably overshooting it for those small pizzas.
Right.
I once had one of them make a calzone for me. Asked one of the line cooks to do it.
Oh, I haven't had a calzone in forever.
I miss them. They're so good. And I had him make it to go, and the dude made it as big as, like, they weren't as big as the to-go boxes, but the dude made it, so it was the size of it. I don't think I finished. It took me like 2 days to finish that thing. It was huge. It was very good.
I think we should order some food. Now I'm hungry.
I knew I shouldn't have brought that up.
I'll pay even. I don't even care. I'm hungry, dog. I can get some pizza or something.
God damn.
But yeah, no, I ran out of stuff to talk about, so.
I got one last thing, I guess. My buddy just came back from the Air Force. He's been he was in Japan for the last 2 years, and if you're I don't know exactly where is Casey's only Iowa, or is it in? Because I know it's just a Midwest.
I think
thing.
For a long time it was only Iowa, and then it expanded.
I
want to say it's not just Iowa.
I know it's just a Midwest thing though, but I don't know how far out of Iowa it goes. But I went to go see him last night, and he was like, "I definitely miss Casey's Pizza." And Casey's is like in their commercials they're like pizza place first but it's also a gas station. And
Casey's General Store is a gas station.
It's a gas station, and they always say famous for pizza, which I can't blame them for that.
Well, they're actually rebranding right now, and
really?
It just says Casey's. It's not Casey's General Store anymore.
And
I think I've heard that some of them want to take out the gas pumps and stuff.
Really?
It's like you're gonna lose so much business.
Yeah, because like you can.
Because people usually only go to Casey's, and this is from saying somebody that lives right next to one. They usually only go for gas and cigarettes, maybe pizza.
Mm-hmm. I would say
and beer.
Yeah.
And
pizza,
beer.
They're definitely pretty popular on, and it kind of baffles me too that like a lot of people, at least within like I like have a Casey's, is definitely like top tier pizza, but you wouldn't think of a gas station serving pizza that good. It can be sometimes it is too greasy, but
yeah, I was gonna say I only really like the breakfast pizza, to be honest.
They got some really good breakfast pizza. But definitely, like, I never thought that I'd be like, yeah, this gas station has some of my favorite pizza.
When my dad worked there, he made some bomb pizza, dude.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. My dad can make a bomb-ass pizza.
A lot of people like the taco pizza, but...
I like it every now and again.
I'm just too picky to like most of the stuff on it.
Mm-hmm.
I hate lettuce.
Yeah.
I hate most vegetables. I'm trying to get better at eating different shit, but I can't eat it. I like... lettuce on just anything. It just tastes goofy. I just don't like the texture of it.
Yeah, me neither.
It's weird.
I'll eat it every now and again. Like on select stuff like Casey's Taco Pizza.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to go out of my way to eat lettuce. Like, are you kidding me?
Hell no. Especially coleslaw.
I hate coleslaw.
I'm glad you hate it too.
I hate coleslaw, and I definitely hate guacamole. If you eat guacamole, I think you should be murdered. Genuinely, it looks like gross. It's gross, okay?
I just noticed you're looking at the camera when you're talking. Your footage stopped again, so I think you're full of storage.
See you later, guys. subscribe. Follow us on
Top tier outro.
Follow us on Twitter and Instagram. You know, I'm Scrimmy Bingus too.
I'll link our social medias in the descriptions for this. I'll link my YouTube channel too. I'm gonna say please don't watch my old videos, but I know somebody out there is gonna be like, yeah, let's watch his old cringy shit.
Let's expose him. Oh wait, I'm looking at my camera. I didn't even start it back up. All right.
But yeah, I'll leave our social medias in the descriptions if you want to follow us on there. I'll leave my YouTube channel. Do you plan on posting on YouTube ever again?
Probably not.
Okay, well
if anything, I'll make a new YouTube channel.
But yeah, follow us on YouTube and social medias. We'll try and get that camera fixed so we don't have to just look at me the whole time if you're watching the video of it. But thanks for listening.
See you later.
Bye.
Fuck you.